For this project, you're going to need a box of tumbling tower blocks. You're going to want your favorite stain, or you can use an old English furniture polish, which I have done before, and a reindeer ornament. This is available at Dollar Tree now. Go ahead and glue together 3 rows of 9 blocks each. So that will give you 9 times 3. I'm not good at math, so I don't know how many those are. Then you're going to take one of these reindeer ornaments and literally kind of take it apart. You're going to pull the holiday wreath around its neck off. There's a little pipe cleaner piece that is on here you're going to pull off. And then at the stem here at the top where the ornament holder was, you're going to also remove that with a pair of wire clippers. I'm going to go in here and kind of clean this edge off and get this as smooth as possible and get this ready for painting. Now, I decided to go with a rubbed oil bronze because I want this to look like cast iron. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a healthy coat of spray paint and let it dry. I went ahead and I went back inside and sanded down just some of the rough areas where the glue had kind of eased through. And then I went ahead and stained it. Now, I put my stain in a solo cup, and then for this process I go ahead and give it a pretty generous coating, as you can see here, covering up all the wood, and then I immediately take a towel or a cloth and start wiping. And as you can see, it really creates a cool effect on the wood. It almost makes it look like it's burnt wood or something. I love this technique, and the stain always does this on these wood blocks, and it's probably partly because of the glue and also just because of the way the blocks are themselves. Now for the edges, I go ahead and darken those up and get those nice and coated and kind of filled in there, and then using the same technique, I do wipe it away, and I do tend to leave it on the edges a little bit more because I like that frame that it kind of creates. And then I go ahead and just complete it on either side of the plaque itself. This is going to make this look like a really finished piece of wood, a great aged piece of wood. And then you can see here where you have some of these lighter areas, if you did want them to be a little bit darker or to kind of take some more of the stain, you can easily go in here and just add more stain to it. It literally is that easy. I'm just going to go ahead and wipe this off a little bit more, and then add a little bit more stain kind of directly in those areas where I want to see some dark pigmentation, and just again leave it there for just a few seconds and then just begin wiping it off. And you can see how it has already started to darken it up just a little bit there, and eventually you'll get this to the color that you want. I love this. It looks like burnt wood. It looks like a piece of charred wood that is aged, and it's going to just be the amazing backdrop for the reindeer head that I'm going to use. Now that this is dry, I do need something to hold this onto the wall, so I'm taking my wired jute cord, and I just create some circles here on the end. And then I'm going to hot glue this onto the back of this plaque and let that dry really well while I'm waiting for the reindeer outside. Now that this is all dry and ready to hang, I am going to now pick which reindeer I want. I painted one in galvanized and one in the bronze, and I'm really loving the way the bronze looks. I went ahead and I did wrap some of this jute wire around the base of his head just to give him that kind of framing like that pipe cleaner had. And then I glued this with some Gorilla construction adhesive right onto the plaque itself and just held it here to dry. I forgot to show you that step. So once again, here is the Gorilla Glue that I used. It's just a construction adhesive, and I did add some hot glue into that to kind of speed up that drying process. And literally, I just kind of held it here until it dried, and boom, I have this amazing deer, kind of looks like a deer head on a piece of industrial or reclaimed wood. It looks like cast iron to me. I am so in love with this. Hey, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you loved this video, please give me a thumbs up, and thank you so much for subscribing.